Well, howdy doody duties. You know, people are always asking me questions about the stuff I talk about, and they want to know, how do you know for sure that the Bible is real? Well, the Bible's real, but a lot of the stuff in it isn't, and I use that wisely. You know, the Bible's an interesting thing. We could talk about that forever. There is an awful lot of good stuff in it. You really ought to kind of peruse it occasionally, look at it and study it. But you know, the words of Jesus, those are the ones that we want to talk about. Now, how do they know that he said all those things? Well, to tell you the truth, he didn't. A lot of those things are credited to him that he didn't say. Just like that old statement that God helps those that help themselves. And they said, that ain't in the Bible. That was something that was said by old Benjamin Franklin, and he first wrote about it in Poor Richard's Almanac. Well, you know, they added things, and they took things away. They interpreted it from different languages. So how do you know what's true for you? How in the world do you possibly know what it is that you're reading that makes sense? Let me tell you, my friends, if it's love and it helps you live a better life, it's good for you. It doesn't matter who said it or where it came from or how it was said. If it's a positive expression and if it's good, it's something to think about. And I don't tell you to accept everything that's written by anybody or espoused by a so-called authority, whether it's a pope in Rome or an evangelist on TV or me. Doesn't matter. What matters is what you know in your heart. What's true for you. That's what counts. Now, a lot of them words by Jesus, really all of them are just wonderful. They make a lot of sense. Well, you say, then why did people have to add to them? Good question. Why did people have to add to them? Usually when people were interpreting the Bible, first of all, let's go back to at the time of Jesus. They didn't write anything down then. There was nothing written. It was all verbatim, copied here and there, told by stories. And what happens when that is done? Sometimes it's taken away and sometimes it's added to. Doesn't matter though. If it's good, that's what counts. Keep that in mind. And if it makes sense to you, then it's true for you. Doesn't matter later on, maybe you might find a deeper and better truth. Good. Being able to change your mind, being able to learn and grow, that's a real secret of life. Not just the physical life, but the spiritual life as well. Now, think about this. It didn't really get started until a guy 50-some years after Jesus' resurrection, where he proved that man could conquer death, and that's what his whole purpose of that thing was. Why, Paul started writing to the Romans and the Corinthians and the different people that he was trying to help establish the Christian religion. Again, the Christian religion was still a Jewish religion or a Hebrew religion way back when, because even Jesus said, I didn't come to change anything, I came to fulfill it. Well, that's true. What he meant was he was there to get us back on the path and to get the teaching right. Even back in those days, it had been corrupted one way or another. So he wanted to get that done. Well, Paul started writing letters, and he wrote letters to all these churches. Why? Well, for one thing, they had put him in prison. He had a lot of time on his hands. And you know, when you're there, I guess you got lots of time. And so he wrote all these letters to these different congregations that were starting up. And that was the first known addition to a written Bible. About 150 years after that, they started to find different things, inscriptions and people that had talked about these things over and over and over again. They started writing it down. So what we're getting in that Bible is a lot of viewpoints from a lot of different people. And talk about the interpretation, I've told you this before and it's true. When Constantine, the first Pope of Rome, of the Catholic Church, started the Bible. He had his group of people, about 20 people there, and not one of them had an education that would surpass a sixth grade education today. Think about that. And they decided what was to be in the Bible and what wasn't to be in the Bible. A lot of books were taken out. Well, those are the things we cover here at the Winchester Cathedral. If you want a deeper teaching, go into taunt.org. That's the Temple of New Thought. I do a thing there too, and I really go into detail about the Aramaic writings and the Greek and all that. And if you really want to know, it'll be there for you. Plus the Buddhist look and Reverend Al and all the different people that contribute and come to it and all those things. Get on it and see what you think about it. Make up your own mind. God bless you till next time.